lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from beautiful Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Once I actually get him set up correctly, we'll bring in my number 2 for tonight, Zach Wood. Zach, how are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, Angel. Really excited to see the trucks take on Las Vegas Motor Speedway, a 1.2-mile racetrack. And Angel, it's at night, so that means these drivers are going to have a lot of grip, a ton of confidence out there as the night wears on. I'm really excited for this one.
Yes, I am excited to say the least. Yes, it's one of my favorite tracks on the entire sim. Las Vegas is actually this league, as previously mentioned, they do a cup race after this or after their truck race, and I joined them for the Las Vegas race a couple weeks ago, and it was a ton of fun. So, but drivers are ready to go. It's 64 degrees for the track temp, so just as you said, nice and grippy.
Yeah, and it's a rarity when you get to see a track this cool down, and I'm excited to see how that's going to translate into the racing tonight. You can take a look here at our starting lineup. All these drivers here are putting down electric lap times. That's definitely indicative of the track conditions.
Yeah, right here. Look at this. James Wagner. He's going to get the pole here with a 30.581. Dalton Steele, he had a 0.3 slower to get second place. Very, very close there. You've got what is that, three 100s
Three
behind them to
1000s.
Jimmy Pilot, and then you go just a little bit more to Matthew Ace. I mean, this is insane. You don't have a 1/10 difference between first and 10th. So, Chris Ramsey in 5th, Trevor Bergman in 6th. Row 4 is going to be James Cooper and Andrew Smith. Tim Richardson, Matthew Gall going to round out the 5th row.
Starting 11th is Johnny Hurst in the 58 truck, followed by Larry Fairman in the number 99. Jerome Cooper will come off the grid 13th tonight, and beside him is William Bogart in the 17 machine. Chad Hawkins in the 84, chugging away at the 15th position, followed by Woody Bolus in the number 8 truck. Jonathan Vanderberg and Andrew Freeling going to make up 17th and 18th. 19th and 20th will feature Paul Helms and Dennis Darman Jr.
And that will round out our field. Going to be excited for tonight's race. As we mentioned, Las Vegas, so much fun here. We're going to go ahead and get our ticker going along the top there. Want to thank again everybody who is watching here tonight, who has joined us. We've got 75 laps here around this oval, and a lot of gambling to go on here. Driver's going to get 4 total sets of tires, sorry, and a 60% fuel percentage, so they will most certainly be finding their way to pit lane, and a very good chance we might see some green flag pit stops tonight. Nonetheless, pace cars down pit lane, getting ready to go. Green flag racing here once again for the Roughneck Racing Series. James Wagner is off here from the pole on the inside here in his Toyota Tundra. Dalton Steele in his Toyota Tundra also on the outside. They're going to dive down here into turn number 1, almost side by side, but 30's going to clear him. It's a battle for second.
Well, it's got to be a lot of pressure here on James Wagner to lead the first lap of the race that he's sponsoring. So pretty good feeling to lead them all to green, but that lap doesn't count. You got to race them all back around, and now he has a challenger to his inside, Jimmy Pyland. Oh, no!
Oh, he's loose. Wow, they both got immediately loose.
For the lead.
Massive. They're still wrecking
Angel.
Behind. Oh, what
Huge
a shame.
Contact. Oh, no. These drivers lose it coming off of turn 4. We didn't really get to talk about the handling of the trucks or anything like that tonight. Yes, the track has a ton of grip, but Angel, here at Las Vegas, something that is very tricky is the exit of 4. You get too much wheel into it. Sliding back up the racetrack could be hazardous as the truck gets sideways.
Absolutely. That is without a doubt the case. I mean, and what we failed to kind of mention for everybody is that, yes, as you mentioned, we do have a nice grippy track, but these guys are going to be on really cold tires, so you're going to have to be patient for a lap or two. Let that grip finally come in before something happens. You see the 30 was just right on that seam. He got loose. The 59 followed right through. 29 had nowhere to go, got into the 30, sent him into the wall. I mean, it's just chaos everywhere, but it's the unfortunate, and it's part of having cold tires, and wow, we got a lot of drivers on pit road, actually.
Well, a lot of drivers were involved in this one, Angel. I take a look at Matthew. I take a look at Matthew Barker here in the 96 machine. He almost eked out and was able to get out around the field, but he got tagged as he was claiming the lead. So even if you were out of the wreck, you still weren't safe. Good thing, though, for maybe your favorite driver out there tonight, these guys have 3 fast repairs to play with. So get the pre-game jitters out of the way, take your fast repair, no worse for wear, and get back out there.
My question for you, Zach, you have 3 fast repairs. Are you coming in? Are you checking how much damage you have before you use it? Or are you just saying, I got 3 of them, I'm going to go ahead and use them?
Well, the pollster for tonight's event, James Wagner, his truck was destroyed. the passenger side area of the front bumper was just absolutely knocked out, and he was kind of crab walking and shaking all the way down the backstretch. We're going to take a closer look at him right now. If I'm him, I'm just taking the fast repair right now, calling that restart a wash, and starting over.
Is there the slight chance he's sitting here? Oh, look at that! We got an SRM sticker there. We gotta love that.
Hey,
could it
might have towed? Maybe
I was gonna say may have had the tow. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get away from the guy on pit lane. Unfortunate for him, but we'll go ahead and move to, well, probably the guy who lucked out in this the most, Jimmy Rowdy. He's going to move up to to first, moving up 2 spots from third. But really the biggest mover, you're not going to believe this, the guy who started last, he's in fourth.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and for Dennis Darman, he's probably really thankful that qualifying run didn't pan out and able to just kind of skedaddle on through that wreck.
Yeah, that worked out really well. Wow, man. Hey, when you're in Vegas, I'd be out here gambling after this.
And he's driving the 7 truck, so
there you go.
How much more fitting?
Oh man, I'm love when things come together. Nonetheless, here we are going to be completing lap number 4 when they come across for the green flag. So we'll be looking for about another 70 laps of action. A lot of drivers in their pit stall or in their pit box for a decent amount of time. So I'm guessing some may have even taken tires. Not that you would have needed to. I would have tried to save a set, but we'll have to see here as they're getting ready to go green flag racing.
Well, side by side, we're going to have Jimmy Pyland alongside Chris Ramsey going to lead them down here to the green flag. That 29 was able to skirt out of that first incident and was able to claim the lead. We're back underway here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, he got himself a great restart there. And look at these 3 wide back here. You're going to see plenty of that action as the night goes on. That's one of the things you love about Vegas is you can be up against the wall, a little bit off of it, but or right up against the bottom. You have so many different options. And even I feel like lately, oh no, the 70s sideways in 3 and 4. He's going to take out the 14 and at least one other truck.
Jerome Cooper hard into the outside fence, and you nailed it. That White Castle Ford machine was able to save it very, very briefly in the middle of 3 and 4, but ultimately not enough. He's good right here.
Bit of a slow-mo. We'll have to see. Right here, you can already see it looks like it's getting upset. And it might be the 14 getting up behind him. And no?
Well, I think we got to go down the backstretch.
We got to go down the backstretch. We're in the wrong spot. Okay. There you go. Now we can go a little bit more slow-mo and get an understanding. Oh, right here. He's already loose. I think he tried turning in too much, maybe, with too much throttle. Ah, the 14.
Yeah, Jonathan Vanderberg there in the 26 getting a piece of it, but certainly the guy that got the worst of it was Andrew Smith.
Let's we're just gonna jump on board just cuz, and then we'll rejoin everybody there. But wow. You can tell in how a driver reacts or starts to drive his car, his truck right after the incident, that the dejection.
Absolutely. It's certainly a tough place to be in and try to rebound from that, trying to gain the trust of the drivers around you. I'm looking through our the people that we have here in...
Yeah, I was just saying in the chat, they were talking with us. They're looking for which number is Andy. Unfortunately, he was bright and clear in that last caution in the number 14, getting taken out in that one. He's not had some good luck the last couple of weeks.
Well, Angel, we have a little... Well, let me see. Do we have a little bit of time here between... now and when they go back to green? Gonna take a look at the lights here on the pace car.
Always a great indication. Oh, of course, and we got to be right where you can't see it. Lights are on. Keep it going. Go for it.
All right, so how about we bring in the driver of the 7 machine and get a little bit of perspective from Dennis Dameron.
It's perfect. We got a couple guys in the chat right now rooting them on.
Cool. So I'm going to try to bring him in.
Is it not working?
Yeah, I'm bringing him in. It's a process. Dennis, it's Zach Woods and Angel Santiago up in the booth. You have a copy?
Yo.
Hey, Dennis. We wanted to bring you in here because we're at Las Vegas. You're driving the number 7 truck. You started last, but now you're third. So it seems like early on, luck is on your side here. Describe for the viewers out there, what in the world's going on?
Honestly, man, I didn't qualify. I currently have a concussion, so I didn't even know I was gonna race tonight. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna race tonight, so I'm just not gonna qualify. But I mean, since the race has started, I mean, my truck feels great. I feel good. I mean, I guess everything is falling my way right now.
Wow, I'd say so. Goodness. Angel, I personally don't have any experiences driving with such injuries, but do you have any questions you're going to give here to Dennis?
I would say if you have blue light reading glasses at home, somehow get them. It's going to make a big difference. Squint when you can. Look away if you can. I from experience, from a mild concussion, but still from experience. And keep the foot light on these cold tires. You're going to have a lot of grip at the end of this one. You're going to have a pretty darn good day in that 7.
What I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
All right, Dennis, where am I returning you back to?
Wherever I was. I don't know exactly what chat I was in. It was with George and I think Larry and them.
Yep, it's
That'll be the main one.
Yeah, I gotta go find him.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. You take care, Dennis. Go get him.
Always enjoy the opportunity getting to speak with one of the drivers. Out here racing with a concussion, so
yeah, that's crazy.
Wow, I don't know for any of you guys in chat that are watching, if you guys rooting him on even knew about that. So that's a nice little addition there. So good luck to him, and luckily these are shorter races, so hopefully he'll be able to make it through to the end. Right now running third, but he's gonna have to catch that 29 and the 13 right now, who have been running up front here most of this race.
Yeah, these drivers are rip-roaring and ready to go here on the restart. We have the 29 and 13 leading them off once again. Angel, this restart was very, very spread out. As you can see, there's a huge gap between the top 3 and the rest of the field.
Which is almost weird because he went very late in that restart zone. Like, it looked like he went on green almost. So for it to, usually when you go that late, everybody's all jumbled up. Usually, you go early and it spreads things out. So that was very surprising. Everybody being very mindful right now, starting to be a little bit more mindful of those cold tires, giving them a chance to warm up, as the 29 he's got the lead, but at 13, Chris Ramsey, he looks quick. He's right on him. He was a little bit quicker, half a tenth that time.
We see this contest between Pylon, Ramsey, and Dameron back here. They're all running different lines here in the corners. And you mentioned it at the top of the show, Angel. Las Vegas gives us the opportunity to watch these drivers really explore the different racing grooves here.
We're going to go back to the back here, talking about different racing lines. They're using all of them here in the back. Andy's over here, the number 14. He's in 11th, trying to make his way back up. Paul Helms is back here in 14th. He just put the fastest lap of anybody in the race. So you could be anywhere right now. As long as you've got some room to work and a truck that'll drive, you can go put down a fast lap. The entire field had their fastest lap that last time around. So everybody's starting to get more comfortable, letting that grip really start to fall into their hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And here with these trucks, this racetrack doesn't get talked about enough as an aero-dependent racetrack. And it does make sense that the 64 was able to lay down the fastest lap that last time by, because, well, he's got everybody in front of him. Clean racetrack in between him and the field. Of course, he's going to start flying up to this gap, really make up some time here. But the battle for the lead rages on, and the guy who we just interviewed, concussion and all, is now going to wrangle the lead away. It's Dennis Dameron to the front.
Yeah, they're coming up here on the 17, I believe. The 7 clipped the apron as they got into turn 3 that time, and he got loose, and the 29 carried the momentum. The 7's going to have the good run here on the outside. They're going to have that 17 truck in front of them, got to hold their best. The 29 is going to slide right up in front of him. The 7 wanted to go high. He thought about it. If the room was there, he was going to take it.
Oh, they're all trying to catch this.
Oh, no! Massive wreck. The 96, I think he just. Oh goodness, this new damage model is really good.
Yes, it is, and unfortunately, Matthew Barker is the one that gets to
display
experience
it.
most of it. Yes,
Wow.
he was the one that was clipped on that first incident. If you remember, he was able to squeeze by that first wreck and then get tagged into the outside fence. Let's see how he was involved in this one.
Yeah, I don't know if he got the apron and then just shot up to the right. He's right on it here. No, it'll be in the next turn. And especially in 3 and 4. You touch the apron in 3 and 4, it's so much than when you do it in 1 and 2. Oh no, he had help.
55. Oh, the 55 comes down the hill.
Yeah, I know the 55 maybe got loose, tried chasing, and it just comes down. You know how quick that can happen, how quickly it can happen. Situations where you just have to let off the gas and not try to correct it with the wheel, and it's so hard. It's like it goes against your nature. You're like, what do you mean? Oh, I gotta correct it with the wheel. It's like, nope, just get off the gas and just let the truck correct itself.
So contact between Trevor Bergman and the number 69 machine of goodness gracious, help me out here. We were just talking about him. 96, excuse
96,
me.
there you go, yes.
Of Matthew Barker. Yeah, that's right, Ace. And that's going to trigger a multi-truck incident here in 3 and 4. And Angel, that's where a lot of our problems have happened on that end of the racetrack.
Yes, very, very true, and unfortunate to have to say that, but it's you'd almost expect it in 1 and 2 with the amount of bumps that you have at the bottom in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, everybody's trying to get as much as they can. The problem with the trucks is that once you have just some heat in the tires, you can almost go full throttle through 3 and 4. And for a lot of these newer drivers, which is something that I still struggle with myself, so I say this personally, is adjusting the way you race to the run. You know, you can't drive it in as deep. You can't use as much throttle the entire time through the run. Your tires simply can't take it. You have to learn how to adjust, and it's something you have to learn how to do. Again, I said I personally struggle with it, but right now these drivers have it in the back of their head. No, wait a minute, I can go full throttle through here, but you gotta give it a little bit before it happens.
Yeah, and then you throw in the whole aero concept as well, right? If you're back in the field, somebody drifts their wake in front of you and your truck gets really tight in the center of the corner, you're flying up the racetrack because your truck just refuses to act like it should. And definitely a lot of these incidents taking place a little further on back in the field, so definitely could be the reason why we are experiencing the incidences that we're having right now. Angel, I want to talk to you a little bit about James Wagner. It's definitely not the start he had wanted for the race he's sponsoring today, but something that I thought of as the field was starting to catch him in that 30 truck was that perhaps what happened to James, and of course we can speculate here, we can bring him up in the booth, I'm sure, later on as the race sponsor. But we talked about the possibility of him towing down pit road, and sometimes as a driver, in order to prevent a false use of your fast repair, you have that clicked off. And if you click tow down pit road without your fast repair, well, guess what? You're stuck repairing the truck. So if I'm a betting man, and we are here at Vegas, I think that's possibly the 30 story tonight.
And that hurts so much too, being the first incident of the day, and just being taken out as early as he did. Kudos to him to stick it out, because he has no reason to. I mean, he can definitely, of course, gain some positions to the end, and points matter, of course. So, but hey, some people still say, "No, I'm done. That was too much. I just did not have a good night."
Yeah, absolutely. It was a shame he laid down that fast qualifying lap, and they were all very sporty. Of course, the first two incidences of this contest, we didn't see a full race lap happen in between those incidences. So we were treated for a little bit of a more dramatic run here, Angel. I'm kind of wondering if the restart's going to be as spread out as last time.
Well, and we had a couple of drivers actually come down pit lane that last time around. Larry Fairman in the 99. He's going to be restarting in 10th. He was on his pit box for 12 seconds, so I think that's 4 tires maybe. Definitely Vandenberg again. You don't know if any of these guys had damage too. So, in my opinion, I'm thinking that we're gonna see some of these guys move forward, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Pace car's down pit lane though. The 29. Let's see how big of a jump he gets this time. Another pretty good jump. 13 is gonna have to figure out what they can do to try to time that 29, because he's been doing a great job on these restarts as the top 5 now almost are going to clear their way in single file.
Yeah, but it is very different than the last restart we saw where they were all spread out and the top 3 ran away. Now they are all jumbled up and they're going to wreck for 3rd. It's the 78 machine and they're still wrecking back here on the backstretch. Multiple drivers in it. I believe Dalton Steele and the 59's in it. Woody Bolus also in it. Oh, big incident here on the backstretch.
All right, let's try to figure out. Whatever, past this. That would send you so far back.
Well, they're gonna lose it here about halfway down the backstretch. So.
Yeah, well, actually, if you look at it, really, it starts coming off of 2.
Yeah, they all sort of jumble up behind each other here, trying to get a run on everybody.
Yep, the 78 gets bumped by the 59, gets into the 13. I don't know if the 7... Oh, that's a net code.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man, that was not even like... Sometimes it's net code that you can say, well, contact would have happened anyways. No, that was... Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so netcode strikes Roughneck Racing here tonight here at Las Vegas, and that triggers I would say about 5 or 6 drivers were involved in that incident. So it definitely, if you are Jimmy Pilen, Chris Ramsey, or Dennis Dameron, all 3 drivers have not pitted tonight. That's pretty much a safe move right now. You're out of all the incidences, and at least for now you're in front of it.
Yeah, until I start losing spots because of my tires, just leave me out here. And I love pitting for tires, but nope, just leave me out here. I like my track position. Got one truck here, getting his lucky, or at least one of his lobs back there.
It's Johnny Hurst. He is in the 19th position.
That 58 Irwin Tools Chevrolet. It's a nice looking paint scheme there. All right, so let's go. I'm trying to find. I don't want to bring in the lead.
Well, why don't we bring in James Wagner?
You know what? Let's go on and do that. Pull this up. Oh, he is. Hold on, he is Big Doug here. James, we're gonna bring you back here into the booth this evening. Mainly, unfortunately, as our pole sitter and title sponsor. Or I'm not sure if you were still a title sponsor for tonight's race. We left you up just in case. But nonetheless, walk us through that first incident that took you out of this race.
I guess just overdrove it a little bit. I guess I was excited. I guess it was a wild ride. I guess. Then I got held into the pits. Didn't have my fast repair on. Had to sit there for like 8 minutes.
No, that's exactly what Zach here was. He kind of figured happened there. Now at this point, really, you're just trying to make laps and just, hopefully unfortunate, but for others. But yeah, assuming they end up having issues, and this gives you an opportunity, of course, for points. But the track itself, how's the grip level out there? At least when the tires have gotten some heat into them.
When the tires have got some heat in them, it hangs pretty good. You can hold it about wide open all the way around. Just other than that, I don't know what's going to happen here. everybody's getting excited, it seems like, on these cold tires.
Well, we know coming into this one, only 1 point behind Andrew Smith, who hasn't had the greatest of evenings either. He's been involved in one or two himself. So we wish you the best of luck. We know you're still fighting for that points lead right there, just hanging on 1 point behind Andrew coming into this race. We wish you luck for the rest of your night.
Appreciate it.
Good news for James is that the driver in front of him, Johnny Hurst, is only 1 lap down. So, assuming that turmoil continues here at Las Vegas, which I think would be wait for it, a safe bet, James could very well get a number of laps back throughout this thing.
I'm glad I had myself muted because that would have been a bad laugh. Dang. Oh, boy. Oh, did we shorten the caution, or are these guys just excited? Oh, we're lined up side by side. We're ready to go green flag racing here.
Yep, lights are out here on the pace car, and again, a familiar pairing up front. We got the 29 and the 13 leading them away.
Yep, that 7 staying right there, 59. The 14 has actually made his way back up to the front, though. He's running in 5th, so for his bad luck of the day, now almost a third of the way through the race, he's made it back up to 5th. But right now, 29 has led most of this race. He's going to get another good restart. 13 was a little bit better that time, but the 7's going to have a run. He's going to look to his outside here going into turn 1.
Concussion and all, he's going to let it all hang out here on line in turns 1 and 2. He's going to lose here on entry to the 59. He's going to need some help here coming down the backstretch because he's in danger of going to the 5th position.
It looks like the outside's going to need a little bit more time before you can really make it work. Maybe get some age into these tires before it really becomes necessary. I think because of how cool the track is, it's going to be that bottom, maybe that middle lane where you're just a little bit away from the bumps is really where it's going to be the quickest.
Oh, speaking of bumps, I watched that 13 hit about every single one of them in turns 1 and 2, and it really jolted him up the racetrack, and he's in danger now of falling to the end of this line.
Let's go on board with the 7. So we can get an idea of these bumps.
Look at him fighting that wheel here.
Oh my gosh!
Of course, you're trying to manage the battle in front of you too. You have to learn how the 14 is doing this because he's got a really fast race truck right now.
The 14 just took the lead in front of us. Your points leaders with a very unfortunate start to this night. Oh, 29 disappeared for a moment. He's back in there. He's going to take the lead right in front of us on board with the 3, with your third place truck here, the 7 of Dennis Dameron. But wow, what a move there. Jump back out to the outside here as these guys are side by side for 4th with Chris Ramsey and Dalton Steele.
Ramsey trying to stop the bleeding here. He was in that 2nd place position, now finds himself in line. Look at the 99. This is Larry Fairman back here looking to bust his way into the top 5, battling side by side with that 59 truck.
They are putting on some great battles right now, but it is another battle for the lead here. The 29, he is back at the 14. He says, you had it for a lap, you can lead it, but I want another one. I'm going to keep on going, but here comes a 7 with a good push for the 14 in the backstretch. No, he's thinking, maybe I'll make it 3 wide if I can do it there.
Well, remember when they were sitting on lapping that 30 truck earlier, we talked about the 7 and his ambition of driving that high line in 3 and 4. I don't know if he knows something we don't or what, but the battle up front is getting electric between the top 4 competitors.
Top 4, top 5, you're going to see 6, 7, 8. They're all going to have a blanket thrown over them. Right now, the 14 trying to do some side draft. He'll get a little bit loose. They 3, oh my God, they thought about it. They had the space for a moment to do 4. The 13 and 7 make contact into 3. They'll keep it together as they are still right all on top of each other.
If I want to be anybody in this group, I want to be Larry Fairman, the driver of the 99 truck. Why? Because he pitted back on lap 15. He's got fresh tires in comparison to the drivers around him. He's trying to make hay with fresh rubber on his car.
And it's not going to be a ton fresher because of all the caution laps, but 5 laps at Vegas is enough. It's very deceiving. It doesn't look like a track that'll chew up your tires, but man, 5 laps here, especially when you start to get loose and slide when you're on cold tires the way they have, as man, the 14 is all over the back bumper of the 29. The 13 is holding strong. These guys just do not stop here. It is an intense battle. This is lap 31 still.
Yeah, these drivers are duking it out here up front right now. It's Jimmy Pyland with the lead, Andrew Smith and Chris Ramsey now battling it out here for second place. That 14, he's a great pusher in that truck. And again, at a track that mimics a super speedway, you kind of want to be known as a guy who's able to lead a line or push. That 14 is making a name for himself out there.
Yes, he is. He is just fighting hard. He wants to lead, but, you know, he's just going to keep pushing the 29 for as far as he can. He's going to dive under him now here in the turn 1. Going to cut the 13 off. You're going to see the arrow effect on the 13. He's going to have to check up. Checks up to 7. The 99 will get a good break out of this. He'll have a good run. Oh, man.
Huge run by the 99 in turn 1 and 2, letting it all hang out on that top lane. Because he's on fresh tires, he's able to do this. And he's gonna need some help, though. He can't be the only truck by himself on that on these long straightaways. You can see how every driver here sort of bands together and says, "Nah, we want you back behind us on fresh tires."
Man, running the outside at Las Vegas 1 and 2 is just so much fun. They're gonna be 3 wide for third here, coming off, going into turn number 3. The 13 looking to stay in the middle. The 99's got to run. He's gonna have to fall back. Oh my God, the 7 slips up a little bit. Here comes the 59.
This is going to open the door for the 55 machine of Trevor Bergman. We talked about him earlier, getting involved in an incident. Look back behind them. You have the 96. We talked about him being the recipient of the Damage Model Award earlier in this one. They're all trying to battle for real estate back here. And there it is. Contact between the 26 and the 70 machine, also collecting the 84, spinning down to the inside wall. That's Chad Hawkins.
You saw somebody. I don't remember exactly who it was, but they got loose, and from there, they were just all on top of each other. Just simply nowhere to go at that point.
A battle between Jerome Cooper here, and it'll eventually be the 26 truck.
See, the 96 goes, that 78 goes low, tries to avoid the 96. 26 is in the wall. 70 comes down, and it just slides back up. He was just coming down to give the 26 room, and it just slid back up into him. Just unfortunate on bad spot, wrong time.
Yeah, Jonathan Vanderberg there, the driver of the 26 truck, getting into the fence and collecting other drivers. I am impressed with the damage model, though. It is... it's getting a test here tonight, but we are seeing a lot of very damaged trucks out here tonight.
We're not going to get a good view of the truck anymore, but that's fine. Andrew Smith going to come down. Actually, probably going to see almost everybody. I'd be stunned to see anybody stay out here. Lap 35, you got to use at least a set of tires here.
Yeah, they don't give out bonus points for tires on the pit wall when you're done with the race. So, and as we say that, of course, the driver of the 78 truck, Matthew Gall, out here gonna lead a lap, and I'm sure fist punching the air right now is the driver of the 30 truck, James Wagner. He's going, "I wanted that wave around, and you're the one preventing me from getting it."
Yes, that's true. And, you know, Matthew pit on lap 20, so unfortunately, these were all actual green flag laps. So, unless he has pit twice, so maybe if he had checked off a set of tires, accidentally used it, maybe he's just got to live with it for now. You know, could be a situation. I've done that personally. Or he's just trying something different. Maybe he wants to lead some lap, get some points.
Yeah, and clean air tends to be a good news here if you are driving around in Las Vegas in one of these trucks, because we've seen some ill handling race trucks battle tight conditions because of the aero package in the middle of these corners. So if you're Matthew Gall saying, hey, I haven't been out front yet. I want to know how this truck handles. I guess now is as good a time as ever to try this out.
Well, I think I figured out why Matthew Gall is going to do this. He is 20 points behind Wagner for second in the points. So I think it's very beneficial for Matthew to stay out, and not to say, but I'm just saying I've done it in the past personally. So if somebody else does, it's understandable.
So for any of you sim racers out here that struggle with morality, just watch Angel and just know that what he does is the right thing to do, and you need to go out there and do exactly what he does. That's exactly what he just said. He gave his stamp of approval here for Matthew Gall, but it is smart, Angel. I mean, it's
you got to do what you got to do to life doesn't always, racing doesn't always present itself the opportunity to really put it to, the person right in front of you in points. And you know what? He's got the opportunity. He's going to use it. I mean, but hey, I say you use it in your favor.
Yeah, and unfortunately for James Wagner, because of that caution, now we're going to receive a couple drivers here going at least one lap down. So Wagner, of course, with the opportunity to get one lap back with the wave around opportunity, was denied that. I mean, that was his ticket to go from 8 laps back to 7. But now he's got to wait for the trucks in front of him to get back on the lead lap.
And people think, oh, well, that's just one lap. You're just 8 laps down. What difference is that going to make? There could be a wreck with 8 laps to go and 6 drivers end up out of the race, and he couldn't have that one extra lap to pass all of them. And that's when it hurts the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can see these drivers now going 2 by 2 in their trucks. I'm anxious to see how these drivers are able to navigate this restart here. We talked about the 78 quite a bit, but look to his outside. Woody Bolus here in the 8 truck. He last pitted on lap 19. So it's not just the 78 doing this.
Not just 78, and then you just got the whole field behind them. They're all on fresh feel goods. So that'll make this even more interesting. What are the odds that we got 3 wide going into turn 1?
I think they're pretty positive betting odds if that's if that's how you want to frame this restart. But the drivers up front, they have to be patient with their worn out stuff, and then the drivers behind them have to be patient with their cold tires. So we could see some chaos.
Got a ton of people jumping in chat. Love having all of you guys. We got that looks like the significant others jumping in on even their own accounts. Appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you let us know who you're rooting on right now. Though the 78 Matthew Gall, he's looking for a jump here. You see the 8 struggling a little bit with tire spin, and you can see even the 78 had some tire spin, but being the control truck was able to still pull away. But yeah, tire spinning will be an issue here if you get some 10, 15, 20 laps on your tires. It's going to take Andy Smith not too long. He's going to jump to the outside with a huge run off of 2. And here comes Dalton Steele behind him. The 8's just trying to stop the bleeding along with the 78. The 99 looking low.
Yeah, these drivers up front, they're trying to fend off a hungry field with 4 fresh feel goods. It didn't take long for Andrew Smith to snag the lead, but don't look now. The driver of the 59 Toyota is entered the chat. That's Dalton Steele. He's looking to get the lead.
They're almost 4 wide there coming off of turn number 2. Oh, they're going to make contact, though. The 99's in it. 29 heavy contact. Same with the 8. Oh, the 13. And you can tell it looks like he was just loose trying to keep it together, and the 8 had nowhere to go either.
Hard into the inside fences, that 8 truck. And we talked about, Angel, about how on this restart that you had drivers with different agendas going at it with one another, and you had to be patient around these 2 trucks who didn't take tires, and ultimately the patience wore out.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for the patience to wear out, especially when you have those fresh tires. You want to pounce, you want to use them as much as you can, And here, actually, unfortunately, that's a little bit more on the guy with the older tires. I think the 8 came down.
Yeah, I also think he kind of got freaked out there by
that's true.
Aggressive block by Matthew Gall in that 78 truck. I mean, he slammed the door, and that caused the 8 to check up, lose control, and now we have another incident here on lap 40.
Well, we are just past the halfway mark, so what we're gonna go ahead and do here, we gotta go pay the bills, or we're gonna get in trouble. So we'll be right back, everybody. We'll hit a commercial break here, and we'll be back here from Las Vegas. All right, we are back here. Gotta pay the bills before we do get in trouble. We'll see if these drivers aren't gonna go 2 by 2 right here. We can bring somebody in. Nope, lights aren't off. Let's go find someone, Zach. Who can we bother?
All right. Well, who can we bother today? Huh. Let's take a look here. What about Matt Gull on that 78 truck?
Let's go bring him in. He's still out there, too. He didn't pit.
Yeah.
Let's ask.
Matt, it's Zach Woods and Angel Santiago up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
You are a gambling man here at Las Vegas tonight, rolling the dice on some strategy, getting you up front here. It's played out, I guess, okay, minus that last incident, but you're no worse for wear, chugging along in third. Talk to the fans out there about your night tonight.
Yeah, well, I got into something in the beginning, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of playing catch up here. Unfortunately, I'm on old tires, and guys were trying to split me, and I had to kind of jump to the high side. I hate that happened. I saw it in my rear view, and that's not what I was intending. I was kind of hoping to stick in the top 10, get a caution after a while, and get my last set of tires and see if I could, finish top 10 here. But unfortunately, we had a little mix up there. So my apologies for my actions there.
Angel, you got anything for Matt here?
Well, we're about to go green. I know that here, and going side by side. But you got a strong points day you're looking right now. I know you got the 14 leading. You don't want him leading. But with the 30 having issues, how do you manage still trying to gain as much points as possible while also not overdoing that?
Yeah, that's kind of my thing here. Is I want to, I think I'm third or fourth in the points or something like that, and so
third,
I want to get a good, decent finish here. So I'm going to try to be as careful as I can here. Hopefully we get a caution behind us with about 25 to go. That would be perfect for me, and see if I can salvage a good day here.
Absolutely, man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Zach.
All right, Matt. Where are we returning you to?
Just the main lobby.
All right, Matt. You go and get him here. P3 right now.
Thank you, guys.
Boom. No worse for wear. He's ready to go green. We're ready to go green.
Yeah, we are.
We're excited.
We've got coming down to only 31 laps to go after this when we go green. So the race, that's what I love about these races, is as much as strategy can still be involved, there's still that sense of Hold on, the race is gonna be over soon. I gotta start making up these spots.
So up front, we have Andrew Smith on the button, followed by Dalton Steele, side by side, and we're back underway here from Las Vegas. Man, does it benefit you to be the guy with the button. Look at the 14 truck jumping out to the lead.
That is a big lead right there for the 14 of Andrew Smith. The 59, Dalton Steele, he's going to hug that white line there off of 1 and 2 like Harvick does. He had a big run off of 2. He's right at the back bumper of Andy Smith for the lead.
Matthew Gall's got some time to breathe right now because the pack is coming as they are hounding the back bumper of the third place machine. These two have kind of broken away and caution is back out.
Oh man, these two were just the lines they were hitting. You could tell the lines that they wanted, just a little bit different. But oh man, they were just almost in synchronization there. We're gonna go see what this caution was. Let's see. This is on board the 26 Ford, that McDonald Ford, actually, F-150. Oh, 29 got into the left. Oh man, the 84 doesn't know where to go.
Hard break here for Jonathan Vanderberg, driver of that 26 machine.
And the 84.
He's been involved in some, he's been involved in some incidences tonight, and Chad Hawkins as well.
Oh, oof, man, that was a hard lick right there. All right, well, let's go ahead and go through the field here. Get an opportunity to at least mention all of our drivers. Here again, once again, with Andrew Smith. Talked about plenty of him. Heard plenty of from him as well, or from his friends and family here in chat. Dalton Steele, the only guy in the position he started second. Can't forget, this guy's managed to put down some pretty good laps as of late. As you see, the 70 of Jerome Cooper getting his lap back. Chris Ramsey in third in the number 13. Dennis Dameron, he's holding on strong to a top 5 right now. Back and forth, he's found a way. Again, biggest mover, having started in last and all the way up to, you know what? As awful as it would sound for James Wagner, but if James were not to be able to make up any laps, and Dennis can go win this race, first and last would have simply swapped their positions. Tim Richardson, he's in 5th. He's from North Wilkesboro, where we had the opportunity to race a couple of weeks ago. Matthew Ace from Roaring River, North Carolina. Johnny Hurst, he's in 7th in that Irwin Tools Chevrolet. James Cooper, number 23. I think the 17 was a lap down, wasn't he? I thought the 17 might have been a lap down at one point, but here he is. He's in the 9th. He's on the lead lap and in 9th, so it must be working fine for him. And you have Trevor Bergman here in 10th. Jimmy Rowdy in 11th. He's looking to make up some spots. He last pit there on lap 42, so on the previous caution. Paul Helms, he's in 12th from Monroe, North Carolina. Larry Fairman there in the 99 Ford F-150. Andrew Safety Bob Freeling from Algray, Michigan. I think I said it right for once. We had the opportunity to speak about Jonathan Vandenberg there, unfortunately being involved in that last wreck. Matthew Gall, looks like he finally came down for his next set of tires. Jerome Cooper having got the lucky dog. Woody Bolus coming out. Chad Hawkins out here still involved in that last wreck as well, and James Wagner. So all 20 trucks still out on track right now. Here, 48, we'll have 40, lap 49 crossing. We'll probably have one to green here, so we'll be going green with 26 laps to go, potentially.
Yeah, and a lot of strong trucks up here trying to navigate what has been a pretty difficult race in terms of strategy. Taking a look back here in fourth place, Dennis Dameron. We talked to him earlier, the guy with the concussion out here racing really, really well in that 7 truck. I know he struggled. He struggled at North Wilkesboro, or where were we? Where were we last week? It just seems to be all my races.
Vega? I was out last week, unfortunately. Work really did keep me then.
was okay. Well, then maybe it was 2 races. I know last time I was here, last time I was able to do Roughneck, so that might have been 2 weeks ago. That 7 truck struggled, but good for him, able to pilot that truck in the midst of all that adversity, and definitely looking strong right now.
Yeah, actually, not sure if you got a chance to see it in chat here on YouTube. We're blowing up. Love seeing everybody chatting with us here, and each other. Plenty of you guys to do so. Mentioning that he actually got into a wreck in his Mustang yesterday, and that's what the concussion's from. So, very sorry to hear that. Happy to see that you're okay enough that you're out here racing with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Might be able to pull off a win here. That would be absolutely bonkers. And lights are off here on the pace car. Looks like it's going to make that hard turn onto pit road. And the starting lineup is the same as before. The 14 with the button, with Dalton Steele to his outside. Very close. Not like before, Angel. All these drivers are now up on the wheel.
Yeah, everybody's kind of getting into the hang of it, getting used to these restarts, maybe trying to get an idea where everybody, where one person does it more often than the other. But, man, they're starting to get a pretty good hang of it right now. They're side by side most of the field. 3 wides in some areas, man. That looked beautiful as they all just sank right into turn 3.
Yeah, there's got to be some respect here given. You got to get in a groove if you want to make your way up through the field. And right now, we haven't really talked about this a whole lot, Angel, but the trial here at Las Vegas, as they are 3 wide back here for the 10th position, 23 machine up the hill. James Cooper, he's able to save it. Look at the 99 again, wrapping that high line in turns 1 and 2, able to stall out his run.
But impressive about 23, you mentioning being able to save it. You know how hard it is when you get in the wall. The 96 is loose up the track. Don't know if that was contact with the 29. Almost 3 wide. They're going to be 3 wide. They're going into 1.
Yeah, 3 wide now for the 5th position here. How are they going to sort it out? 17 up the hill. He's going to check, I believe, the 64.
And the 23. Nope. Unfortunately, he got in the wall again there. He got... Wow.
But you know what? That sort of spreads this group out a little bit, Angel. Gives them a little bit more room to race. They were so congested.
Oh, the 96 is going to make his way in front of the 58. I was worried not for the 58, 96, but more so for netcode there. But wow, it definitely stuck as he came across his nose there, coming off of 4. A lot of things happened at that moment. But what happened there is you saw the 2 of Tim Richardson. They were 3 wide. They were supposed to be 3 wide, and he just full sent it into that turn, so he wasn't going to be 3 wide. So kudos to him. I think that may have saved everybody, and here he is battling now with Jimmy Rowdy for 4th. But Rowdy having pit a few laps after him, going to have a little bit fresher tires, and the 2 now under attack from Matthew Ace.
Yeah, Tim Richardson right now trying to hold on there on that high line. Behoove him to fall into place, but don't look now. The battle for the lead is starting to heat up. Andrew Smith, yes, was indeed the class of the field on the restart, but it's Dennis Dameron in that 7 truck. He's really piloted this thing now inside the top 2.
I can see he is wheeling this thing. We're jumping on board. I want to. I'm addicted.
He's going to take a peek here to the outside. Going to try to make this higher line work.
Oh, it got loose. He tried it and it got loose. Cost him second, but he learned something.
Yeah, absolutely. This is now the time of the race here with 20 laps to go. You can start experimenting, Angel. You got to figure out how you're going to be able to wrangle the lead away from somebody as dominant as Andrew Smith.
He rotated 3 and 4 really well there. We're going to jump on board to your leader now. How is he driving? It's loose and he is wheeling it.
Yeah. Very, very angry truck.
Those bumps are not pleasant. You see how hard it is. This track has got as much grip as you can possibly have right now. And if it wasn't because of the bumps in 1 and 2, they would be full throttle. But it is so entertaining to see just how bumpy these trucks are going through there.
And look at this, the 59 taking a peek to the outside. I think you have to get on the quarter panel of the 14 on entry. But look at this, the 7 taking a peek. Oh, what a block here down the backstretch.
There's a lap truck in front of them, too.
That might affect the handling of our leader here in the 14. They are approaching the lap machine of, that's the
23 of James Cooper. Oh, he's probably got some damage
Yes.
still as well.
Oh, yes, because we saw him in the fence not too long ago. Look at the 59 pushing the 14 into turn 1.
Is he pushing? Is the 14 blocking? What? I don't know what's happening, but they were shoving each other as the 7 is sitting here like, hold on, wait a minute. You guys are pulling away, shoving each other over there.
A new driver has entered the fray, 1 on fresher tires. The 1 in 4th place right now, the driver of the 29 machine. Don't count him out yet. It's Jimmy Pyland looking for 3rd.
If he wants it, he's going to have to earn it. The 7 was not going to give it up. He's going to give him the space now, but he ran him as hard as he could. You got to love that. Here comes the 59. He had a peek under the 14. The 14 just stuck it anyways. They are right on top of each other. Man, the racing between these two is amazing. Still with a lap car in front of him, and he's just minding his business.
Yes, will the lap truck play a factor into the handling of the 14? He had all this clean air for oh so long, and the draft is going to help him a little bit. He's going to be able to kind of eke away here from the 59 just for a brief moment, but in the center of the corner is really where it's going to hurt the 14.
You're right, but he is right on. You're what you mentioned is earlier. He's just trying to get to the right rear quarter panel. I think he's got him. Oh, no, not quite. He almost had him.
Turning down the hill, though, being super aggressive on entry here in turns 3 and 4. He's going to have a big run here through the tri-oval. He's going to cut the tri-oval.
I don't think anybody, and specifically Andrew Smith, was ready for that.
What a run here by Dalton Steele. He's got to make it stick, though. Shallow entry into turn 1. It's going to burn up your tires, but with 15 laps to go, you don't care about that. Mainly because Jimmy Pyland's out here on fresh ones watching this battle.
And if a caution comes out now, everybody's pitting for tires. So you go out there and you use them while you got them. Like you said, there's no bonus points for extra tires or percentage. They are, wow, just clean. But they are using each other as much as they could. The 23 is pulling away. He might have actually come down pit lane, got a faster pair and some fresh tires to be able to stay in front of the leaders here. So, that's why, yes, because he's more than 1 lap down, or now 1 lap down, correct. So that would explain it for him, about to go 2 down. But, man, these leaders right on top of each other, side drafting. They are driving it as hard as they can through here.
Expert racing between Andrew Smith and Dalton Steele up front right now. They are very respectful, trying not to use each other up, but they aren't afraid, though, to be unique in how they race this racetrack. I've been super impressed with Andrew Smith, Angel, because all night long, normally we see drivers get hooked up on that high line. They fall backwards, but not the 14.
No, he's sticking on there. I mean, but the 59 as well. I mean, you'd almost expect for it to be faster down there. Maybe it is just not. I don't know. And also as well, you have getting up next to somebody like this. It's so much harder to race the line that's been working for you. You know, they say catching them is one thing, passing them is the other. And, man, they're racing each other clean, but it is just impossible to pass. And the 29 is just sitting back there, not able to do much either. Almost surprising, wondering if he used up too much of his tires coming through the field.
Well, let me tell you, the 59 was able to really wrap the bottom in 1 and 2. If he can duplicate that here in 3 and 4, he might be able to slam the door on the 14. He's going to be able to do this, pulling out to a 4-car length lead in front of the 14.
Oh, my goodness, Dalton Steele, power move of the race. He said, nope, 29's there. I got to go now.
11 laps to go in this contest, and now we see the 59 with a bunch of clean air in front of him. What's going to happen now as the field is sort of spread out, perhaps for the first time tonight?
And that's what you want to hear when you are Dalton Steele trying to pull away from the rest of the field right now. Oh, we got some guys pitting.
Oh no.
We have a fuel run.
Oh man, we have a fuel run.
We
There are
forgot about
drivers-
it. We talked about it at the start. We forgot.
There are drivers diving down onto pit road as if this couldn't get any more wild. Andrew Smith, Jimmy Pyland, Matthew Barker down pit road. Some of these drivers have been very, very key players in tonight's action. We're going to see what their strategy is going to be like. You can't speed getting onto pit road. Here comes Dalton Steele now, the leader.
He was down to 50, just under that, so he looks like he should be good to go. Question is, how much of a difference is it going to be for Andrew Smith when he comes back out? He's got to be clean on and off pit lane. Looks good coming on, looks good going off right now. This is going to be big. One lap can make a ton of a difference right now for a driver trying to take the lead back, and this might be the way to take to win. This would be insane.
Yeah, we're going to have to see who does what. I mean, there's only 9 laps to go, so you have to capitalize on what you got. Meanwhile, battle up front here, Larry Fairman and Matthew Call going at it.
So now we got 3 trucks who haven't pit yet, 5 trucks who haven't pit yet. Larry Fairman, Matthew Gall side by side here. Woody Bolus back there in the number 8 truck. He's about 5 seconds back. Jonathan Vandenberg. And safety Bob, Andrew Freeling. Guys, if a caution comes out now, it works perfect for them. And these guys all pit a lot later, or not Freeling and Vandenberg, but these guys, like Gall pit lap 46 and Bolus in lap 47. I don't believe it's enough to make it to the end, or else you would have seen everybody come in. But definitely using that extra time or that later pit stop to their advantage, hoping for a caution right now.
So really tough racing up front between these 2 drivers. The truck that is tailing this group, the driver of the, I believe it's the 84 machine, that's Chad Hawkins. He is multiple laps down in 19th. So just the 78 and the 99 are battling for position right now.
Yeah, the 84, I assume, has got fresh tires. He wishes he could get past both of them. The 78 does make the pass there, of course, on the 99. So battle for the lead at the moment. 6 laps to go still. We can keep speculating for how much longer they can go. We don't know. They're both dropping to the bottom, but you still just don't know how much they have left in the tank. At the very least, 5 more laps. Or 1 more lap.
Yeah, and if you're Larry... there it is. There's Vandenberg down pit road. I mean, come on, Matthew Call out here pitting on lap 46. He might be in the catbird seat. We don't know up in the booth if he's able to make it. Look at the driver of the 59, slicing and dicing. He was the previous leader, Dalton Steele.
Andrew Smith is 3 seconds behind him. Dalton Steele did not take 4 tires. He was only in this pit box for 9.8 seconds. I think Dalton took right sides.
And that might be the winning move of the race if these drivers who are still out cannot make it to the end. But it's still a possibility. We could be looking at the race winner right here.
These guys are like boxers. Dalton Steele and Andrew Smith, they're trading blows. One does this, one does that, one does this. I mean, each time it's something different, and it is amazing for us to watch. But the question is we could be wrong, and neither one of them are going to win this race.
Absolutely. 4 laps to go. The driver of the 78, we brought him up in the booth earlier, Matthew Gall. He just said, I'd love to finish top 10 tonight. That'd be great. He's got a chance to win this thing with 3 laps to go. Can he hold on? He's using the lap truck of the 84 perhaps to save some gas, but I mean, you got what you got here with 3 laps to go.
Oh, he's almost 2 seconds slow off pace right now compared to his fastest lap, and you see the 14 of Andrew Smith peeking in here. He's going to go right around his outside, take his lap back. We've got now 2 laps to go. Unbelievable right now. I think he really is going to try. I mean, Larry Fairman just pit. He's got 6 seconds to Woody, who pit a lap after him, and that would have been under caution. So that's maybe, 0.2 gallons? The 78 could have saved easily as well.
Tiptoeing down the back stretch with 2 laps to go. Are we going to see a fuel mileage race? Rolling the dice. Can Matthew Gall's gamble pay off?
Dalton Steele just crossed the line now. Yeah, he is 28 seconds back. 1 lap to go here for the James Wagner's Welding 150 for the Roughneck Racing Series at Las Vegas. 75 laps. We've had a great second half of this race. 78. Still sounds good coming across.
Diving it into turns 3 and 4. He took a gamble early on in this one, gave him track position, but the biggest bet was here towards the very end. Matthew Gall will roll the dice and win at Las Vegas on a fuel mileage race. Don't forget, second place, Woody Bolus as well on the same strategy. Looking to come home second. Oh my goodness, and Dalton Steele back here in third place. The people we thought were going to win this race are going to finish third and fourth tonight. What a race.
Unbelievable. Only 4 trucks will finish in the top 10. Wow.
Or on the lead lap, lap.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. On the lead lap. Oh my, that's how stunned I am. I can't speak right now. How much does he have left for the burnout?
Unbelievable. What a fuel mileage race. He's good enough to get back to the line.
He has enough to get back to the line, back up, and then do his burnouts.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I am stunned. Just unreal. Is that it? Oh, no. He wants to have more.
No, he's spitting and sputtering now.
All right. Let's go and let's bring him on in here. Let's see.
I got him here.
You got him, all right.
It's Zach Woods and Angel Santiago up here in the booth, joined by Matt Gall. Welcome back to the booth, buddy. Holy moly, you rolled the dice. Look at that. Talk to the viewers about tonight's effort here.
To the viewers, talk to me. I got to know.
Oh, man. So, okay, well, obviously I got behind in the beginning, so I was like, man, I got to stay out here. It got a little dicey, and I'm like, man, if this plays into my hands. Just after I talked to you guys, the caution came out too soon, but I was like, you know what, I got to do it anyways. I was literally under that caution. I was neutral the whole way, just trying to save fuel. I think I had 0.3 of a lap left when I finished, so if we were going green, white, checkered, it wasn't going to work, but man, it worked out pretty good tonight.
I'm stunned.
We are stunned. We are absolutely stunned. We talked to you earlier in this race, and you made a decision to stay out to gather some track position. We were able to talk to you earlier in tonight's event. And what did you learn by gathering that track position that helped you here for this part of the race? I mean, that was really your winning move, getting off sequence to everybody else.
Yeah, right. I kind of saw from the guys up front that they were lifting a little bit and kind of in that middle lane. And if I could keep it to the bottom and keep it pinned, I was going to make up time. And I did that at the beginning of this run, and I think that is what really kind of sealed the deal for me because. If I hadn't have done that and hadn't have pushed hard in the beginning of the run and then backed off late, they would have come out of the pit and probably not been too far behind. So, it's always good to run up there up front. These guys this Roughneck Racing League and these guys are really good dudes. And, I just appreciate them putting this on and our sponsors and everything, man. It's just a really good time. Everybody's really cool in this league and I really enjoy myself here.
Oh my goodness, Angel, I'm stunned. Do you have any other questions for a race winner here, Angel?
I don't have much for you. I love the excitement. As soon as we brought him in, he was ready for it. He knew we were ready for him on that one. Man, congratulations. What a way to put on a show for all the viewers out there. We had a ton of viewers on tonight, so thank you everybody especially for joining us. I'm sure you got some people you're gonna thank here, sponsors, but a lot of people to thank, and man, just go celebrate your victory.
Yes, sir. I can't even remember all the sponsors, but the people that put this on and everything, I really appreciate it. I've only been doing this for about 3.5 months, man. I'm having a blast.
That is amazing, man. Congratulations. We're gonna let you go. Celebrate. We asked you. You said this is 3 months. Have you been in victory lane before, or?
Oh, I mean, I've been in victory lane on just public stuff, but this is one of the first league wins, especially the first broadcast win. So I'm pretty juiced about that.
Oh man, you're gonna remember this one forever. Make if you haven't already, be sure you've already followed SRM. That way, you make sure you've always got that video on hand to show everybody.
Oh yeah, I definitely follow you guys, and I appreciate you guys putting this on for us.
Absolutely a pleasure. Thank you again, Matthew, and hey, we'll see you next week.
Hopefully in victory lane. Y'all have a good one.
Man,
I
that's so
love
exciting.
that.
And as somebody who's been doing this since COVID, to hear somebody who now gets his first league win for the first time in 3 months of trying, I mean, oh, what a gut punch. But you gotta feel happy for the guy, right? Fuel mileage race, it's all about gambling here at Las Vegas anyway. So he definitely earned it tonight. Another guy who was able to really muscle out some strategy, the driver of this 8 truck, Woody Bolus. I'm trying to find him in our chat rooms right now. I'm not finding him, Angel.
I'm gonna assume it's George.
Oh,
I'm gonna assume that George is Woody Bolus here. This is Angel and Zach here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us?
Yes, I got you.
Well, we're stunned still because of the fact that our race winner, but by no means should what you did be not mentioned either. You managed to do the same exact thing as the leader, just somebody else did it before you.
Yeah.
How much did you have left in the tank, and did you really think you were going to make it to the end?
Well, I knew when I pitted in that last wreck, I said, well, I stayed out. I'm like, I'll wait like everybody else did because it's actually burnt me just last week's race. But I went in, dove in, and I just changed everything. I figured being 15th doesn't matter, going back to 18th or 19th, I can make that up on fresh tires. And when I looked at it, it said 37 laps of fuel, and it said 34 to go. I knew I could stay all the way out. I just didn't know if anybody else had enough fuel to make it. Now, I'm just super excited. The pit strategy worked out. I felt like I had a top 10 car all night. I just kept getting, caught up in some wrecks. And the last one I clipped the wall was on me. I missed my line, but it worked out great and got a second place finish for the Toyota Camry. So I'm super excited.
I love to hear it. It's just so exciting when this opportunity can come up for you, and just to have really just it work out, because Zach and I just mentioned talking strategy never worked for us. So
well, this time I got lucky. So and a shout out to the guys, the veterans, Andrew and a bunch of them, Matt, Jerry. They're really helping the new drivers along. I know I'm gonna be around the back just logging laps like a new guy should. But they really give me some helpful tips here of late, and tonight it paid off.
Hey,
so,
a second place finish is exactly. It's so big, especially a good boost to go into Bristol. Zach, what you got here for Woody before we let him go?
Nothing much, man. I mean, you definitely gambled big there at the end, and strategy wound up paying off for you. Knowing that you and just one other competitor, Matt, was on the same strategy, when did it sort of click for you that, like, hey, I could definitely get a podium out of all this?
Around lap 12, I started hearing someone say I was going to be happy with where I was at because I'd clipped the corner, and I figured 14th's it again. And then I started hearing cars start checking off, going pitting, calling out their number. They're pitting. I'm like, hey, here's my chance to at least get 10th. When it got about the 4th or 5th car going in a row, I knew I had a chance if I could just run clean and the tire stayed for me. I felt there was a chance to get into the top 7, top 5. And when I finally looked down and I was 3rd, I was super excited, grabbing the steering wheel a little tighter and taking the corners a little easier. And when I saw that I was a lap ahead of everybody, I just drove it easy the last 5 laps because I knew they wasn't going to make those up. Saw Andrew pass me and a few other guys. and I was able to. I don't know what happened to the second place car. Maybe he had to go in. That's what bumped me up one. But I'm super excited, and hopefully I can back it up at this next race.
Larry did end up having to pit right there at the end. But man, congratulations! Okay. Happy for you on the second place finish.
Thank
and you, hey, we'll see if we just keep adding on these top fives next week.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll put him in the right spot here in just a moment, Zach. Except it won't even let me.
Oh, no.
There we go. All righty. Now we're going to put him back here with all his friends and the opportunity. We'll see if Dalton Steele is still out there. Get our third place driver, the last of our top three in here for his interview. Let's see.
Oh, no.
No, we dragged you in. Sorry about that. We were talking to your buddies
there.
Angel and Zach here in the SRM booth. Were you as surprised as we were?
I was incredibly surprised. I don't know how he was able to do that. I mean, good on him. I mean, I'm glad the strategy worked out for him. Yeah, I was just really surprised.
I don't mean to laugh. It's more of just yes, because then disbelief genuinely because they had pit at lap 40, or he had pit at lap 46, and Woody at lap 47. So we knew they'd pit later, and we thought, okay, well, maybe they were just trying to wait for a caution, hopefully, to come out, and then the laps just kept taking off, and it's just like, he's not coming out pit lane. We might not have. We're talking about Dalton fighting Andrew for the win, and neither one of them might not win this race.
Yeah, he must have been clutching it the entire time, because I think we got 25 laps of on a fuel run, so he had to make up 6 laps. So he must have been really in fuel save mode. I mean, good on him. I'm happy for him. It's just it was a little shock. I come out and I'm like, okay, these guys got to pit eventually. And they just never did. And I was like, oh.
And then they don't. But to not let what you decided to do go under the table. Did Andrew surprise you pitting when he did right lap before you?
Well, I still had about 7 laps left of gas, but I knew I couldn't make it. So I seen them come down pit road, and it kind of forced my hand, because if they came back out, then I was going to run out of gas. I had no fuel strategy, so it kind of forced my hand to pit.
But you decided to take 2 tires, did you?
Did.
Oh, and that would have won you the race, because Andrew wasn't catching you in time. So that much I was not anticipating either. So that threw an extra wrench in things, because I thought Dalton might be in trouble if Andrew pit the lap before him, because we know the difference is going to be too big. Didn't even consider 2 tires as a possibility. But yeah, that really worked out for you. I mean, it's the 3rd place over 4th, but wow.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely took that into consideration the entire lap time beforehand to run on fresh tires. You can usually make up about a second and a half, and I had about a second and a half lead, so we'd come out side by side. So it kind of forced my hand to do 2 tires, which will save about 4 seconds on a pit stop. And I came out about 3.5 seconds ahead of him.
Unfortunate that you couldn't add to your win total here for the season. Zach, do you have anything for Dalton before we give him a chance to thank all his sponsors and friends?
Dalton, you were really strong out there tonight here at Las Vegas. What about this truck-track combo suits your driving style? It just looked like you were able to make that 59 truck do whatever you wanted to.
Well, a lot of the times I'm breathing the throttle going in the corners, and everybody else is wide open. So I'm able to keep pace with everybody for the most part while they're full throttle. And then sit under the corner, you really start to burn the right front off full throttle on it. So I'd always breathe it through there. And then I'd eventually get the tire advantage over them. I'd just pull away. So it was kind of just a waiting game for about 10 laps, and then I just eventually get the edge on them and just pull away.
All right. Well, I know it wasn't the win you were looking for to, but you go and enjoy this 3rd place finish. Still really good strategy, and hey, that 2-tire pit stop earned you an interview with us, so go and enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
The 78 ended up gaining of course, passing James Wagner in the points, and now he's very, very close to Andrew Smith going into next week. So that's gonna be a big day for him on what was an amazing gamble. We'll go ahead and bring up the results here for everybody. Talking about Matthew one more time. Again, congratulations to him on his win. Woody Bolus, again, congrats to him as well on a surprising second place finish, as he said. Dalton Steele a little disappointed on third. I know, just as surprised as we were. Andrew Smith, you're still your points leader in fourth. Johnny Hurst is going to finish in fifth. Jimmy Rowdy, we saw he probably had one of the fastest trucks all night long. He'll come in sixth, so it might be a little bit disappointing, even for a sixth place finish. William Bogart, quiet most of the day, was really mired in the back at one point. I thought a lap down, so he came back to finish in seventh. Dennis Dameron wasn't quite the victory, but hey, to be driving out here with a concussion, started in last place. Eighth is a great recovery for him. Trevor Bergman in ninth. He would actually end up with the fastest lap of the race, and Tim Richardson will round out your top 10.
Paul Helms and Chris Ramsey are going to bring home their trucks 11th and 12th how do you say that, Angel?
Respectfully?
Respectively, not respectfully. Respectively.
I was
trying to.
I was like, are you saying respectfully? I was like, but I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm sure they raced respectfully, but they were 11th and 12th respectively. There we go. Larry Fairman going to bring it home 13th. There's Ace back there in 14th, piling that 96 machine, not the finish he was looking for. Jerome Cooper, one lap down in 15th. James Cooper, Cooper and Cooper show there in 15th and 16th. Chad Hawkins in the 84 truck is your first truck. 3 laps down is Andrew Freeling. Jonathan Vandenberg's going to bring it home 5 laps down in 19th. And James Wagner, of course, will wrap up your 20-car field.
Man, great action tonight. The second half of this race was just unbelievably fun. I had a blast being able to do so here with you, Zach. I want to thank you for coming out. Of course, everybody watching, as always, thank you. Zach, you're heading on over to who all?
SEL.
SEL. So
where? My home over there.
Yes, he's on loan. We appreciate him coming. And those of you who enjoyed listening to his voice, head on over to there. And what time? About 30 minutes, you think? Right?
Yeah, 30, 20, same thing. Yep.
Okay, all right, getting on. So go get your bathroom break, jump on, and we'll see everybody next week. Have a great rest of your night. Oh, hold on. Change this up. That was a really bad outro, but I don't care. I don't know. I just